Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this tutorial, I'm going to talk about Java Template Engine, that is JTE. Spring Boot has introduced an exciting new templating engine that is called a Java Template Engine or JTE. So what is JTE? If we talked about the JTE, then JTE it's a modern, lightweight template engine specifically designed for Java applications. JTE actually aims to simplify the process of rendering the dynamic web content while we are maintaining a high performance. One of the standout features of this JTE is it's a easy of use with a syntax that feels familiar. Developers can quickly create template without steep learning curve. So whether you are working on a new project or integrating it into an existing Spring Boot application, JTE makes the transition seamless. Performance is another key aspect of this one. JTE compiles template into Java code at the build time, which leads to faster rendering when serving web pages. This means your application can handle more users without compromising speed. JTE also supports features like type safety and a clear separations of the concerns, allowing you to write a cleaner and more maintainable code. Plus, it integrates effortlessly with Spring Boot ecosystem. So, if you are looking for enhance your Java web applications, give JTE, you can try with it. It's a fresh take on templating that combines ease of use with powerful performance. So now next what we are going to do, we are going to create one project and include this Java template engine over there, and was going to create small application which will basically we can render the data into the template file. So without further ado, let's create the application and include those things. Before that, how we are going to create that particular project? So we need to go in a initializer section start.io. Okay, over there, then you need to choose the project settings, whatever the project you need, then add the dependencies over there. So I'll show you that how we're going to include this Java template engine. So there are actually JTE also having some kind of the few benefits of it, like it's a simple syntax, lightweight, hot reloading, pre-compilation. So these are the actually having the advantages. So I'll show you that now the real-time application, that how we're going to bind the data. So without further delay, let's create the project. Let's walk through for setting up a basic Spring Boot applications with JTE, means Java Template Engine. So you need to go with this start.spring.io website over there. You need to choose the project settings, like what kind of project, Java Maven. You need to choose the Maven version, and you need to choose the project metadata. Okay, let me delete this one. Here I have choose this Spring Web because this web dependencies is used to create the controller and all the related to it. Next, you need to search for the template over here. Once you choose the template, then you will see the multiple options over here, like Thymeleaf, Apache Freemaker, then Groovy template, JTE. So we need to choose this one because we are now working with this Java template engine, that is JTE. If you see over the description over here, it's a secure and lightweight template engine for Java and Kotlin. So once we choose this one, then you need to click on the generate. It will download the project for us. Then we need to import that particular project into your favorite editor, whatever it is, maybe Eclipse or IntelliJ or anything. So I'm using the Eclipse, and here I have import this particular project. Okay, so it's actually means now the project is ready. In next, we are going to write the controller and related all the files, whatever the needed to create the things that we are going to create over there. So let's now do the coding, and means our project setup is ready now. Next, we are just writing the controller and the JTE file so that we can bind some data and give some demonstration for this one. So now what we need to do over here, first of all we need to create one controller over here where we need to write some kind of logic, like in a model we need to add something. So let us create one class, let's say JTE controller. which will like do the binding of data. So in a REST APIs, basically we need to use the as a REST controller, correct? But here we are going to use the controller annotation for this, right? As kind of the Spring MVC we are doing initially, but the same that controller tag we need to use over here. Next we need to create one get method, get mapping. Let's say public, it will return the string, okay, like which page basically it will render, that we need to define over here. Okay, so 5 string, and then let's say dashboard or maybe index. Okay, and here we need to pass the model, because in a model basically we need to set the data. And model, this model is coming from, let me show you this, not this one. This model will come from this Spring Framework.ui. Spring Framework.ui. This one, okay, this interface basically we need to done over here. And here let's say return index, okay. Now here in this model basically we need to set some data, like let's say name or maybe any kind of welcome messages or something. Okay, so model dot, here is a add attribute, this is the add attribute, this is the one method where we can add this method attribute name and the attribute value. So let's say message, okay, this is the add attribute, and here we can defining the messages like welcome to Java template engine, okay. And this particular things actually we need to defining, we need to set in the JTE file, okay. So now we need to like defining the JTE file. So how we are going to defining this JTE file? So here we need to like create one file under this JTE folder, okay. If you see this main Java, this JTE folder, here new file, okay, let's say index.jte, okay. So over here how we are going to getting this particular fields, like we have created this controller and we need to use this particular fields, okay. So for getting that one, it's a string one, so here we need to use the param attribute, okay, param string message, okay. And now we need to defining one HTML over here. So for defining the HTML basically we need to like defining some HTML content over here. So we need to defining this HTML like doc type, then HTML head, title, head, body, okay. So here under this body, let's say under the h1 tag we can defining that particular thing, right, that particular message. So how we are going to defining that message? So dollar, then here we need to defining this particular message, okay. Then we need to close this h1 tag. Here we need to close this h1 tag, okay. Now if we start, we need to start this application, okay. Let us start this application and we will see in the browser that how it is look like. So once it will start, then we can see that how it will be look like in the browser. So let it start and then we will see from the browser. So if you notice that the Spring Boot application got started over here, Tomcat started on 880 port. Now like if we open this localhost 880, then we can see that Java template, that particular template will be loaded. Here we can put some kind of the put some heading actually Java template engine, okay. This kind of heading we need to put over here, and again we need to do the restart this application, okay. We can start this application. Even without reload actually it will be refreshed, hot reloading is there, so it will be. Now if we open the browser, from there we can check that here, okay. If you see this, welcome to Java template engine, okay. Here also you can see the title JTE, and this is the welcome to Java template engine. This particular message actually comes from the backend, right, from the over here. This is the thing, here if we see modified some JTE Java template engine. Okay, now if we refresh over there, so if you see, it will actually auto reloaded, right? So this is the hot reloading. So means if we did any kind of modifications over here without restarting the application, it will be reloaded. So this hot reloading is basically supported over here. So this is the thing that how we are going to put some messages in. Next, what I will show you, that if we are going to like defining some kind of like structured data, like maybe we need to pass some kind of DTOs, and how we are going to get the DTOs values into the particular page, right? That also I'll show you, and also I will show you that how we are going to iterating over the list. So next I'll show you that how we are going to use some kind of DTOs in a page. A Java template engine actually seamlessly work with these Java records, and it's easy to pass the structured data into our templates. So here what we are going to defining, like we can create some records, and over there we need to pass same records into this attribute. So how we are going to create the records? Over here we can like new, then we can see the record. So let's say it's a customer, or let's say it's a user. Okay, and over there we are going to create two fields like string first name, comma string last name. Okay, so these two fields we need to create over here, and here in this model dot attribute over here we need to set those detail actually. Okay, so let's say user, and here we need to create this record like new user, and here we need to pass this first name and then comma last name. Okay, let's say dummy user. Okay, and this particular fields actually we need to used in the JTE file, template file. Now we need to import this user over here. So how we are going to import this? So that actually I'll show you that how we are going to import this one. So here basically we need to use the import, like import then com dot jts dot user. Okay, so this actually you need to import over here, and then at the rate import. Okay, so now here we need to use that particular variable, and we need to get the data over here. How we are going to get those things? Like let's say here maybe we can create another tag, h1 tag, and here we need to use this dollar this one, like user dot, and here we need to use this particular param user equals to user. Okay, and here user dot first name, let me save this one and try from the browser. Okay, it's showing that internal server error, something showing error. What is the error? Okay, here the closing tag is not here. Let me save it, and again we need to check from the browser that how it is. Okay, let me refresh it. Okay, user is okay. Let me rerun it. Let me rerun this application. Okay, here the package name is different, that's why JTE. Okay, dot user. because if you see this com.jts.jt, this is the package name, and here actually I missed that to add this one JTE, so that's why this user is they are not able to find out. So let me save it again, and then again we need to check from the browser here. So if you open this one, then we can see, okay, again we are getting some exception, maybe it is time the something new. Okay, the first name. Okay, so here if we open the user, so we need to, okay, this is the name, so that actually I did mistake. Okay, it's a similar kind of thing. Okay, okay, so while we're getting any variable, so it's not be look like this one, we need to give the parentheses, right? Else it will give us the issues. So now if we try from the browser, let me try it, and yeah, the first name is coming, right? So in this way basically we can't do these things. We can also we can add this one like dot last name, because all we have added these two. Okay, so now if we see from the browser, then we can see that both will be added. Yes, so dummy user, right? This is the first name, this is the last name. So these tools are working fine. In next, what we are going to do, we are going to create some list over here, and we can add those things, and we can easily like iterate using the for loop also we can use over there, and then we can use like iterate the details into the index.jt file. So let's create that list and add it over here. So now actually here we are going to create one list. So how we are going to create the list? With a list of something. So let me use this one, model dot add attribute. So here let's say users. Okay, list of users. So here we can say define list dot of okay, instead of users, like we can say some kind of maybe what you can say, it's numbers, or maybe it's a numbers. Okay, so list dot of 1 comma 2 comma 3. Okay, so these are the items we need to add. So now we need to defining the similar kind of thing in the JTE file. So here we need to defining means we need to iterate through the list, and then we need to add particular details in somewhere else. Okay, so here we can defining, let's say UL, or okay, now here basically we need to use this for loop for string number and the list will be numbers. Okay, okay, now here we need to print the data. So here we are going to use some li, and how we are going to print the data, like dollar, then within within second bracket it's a number, right? Number. We need to close this li tag. Okay, so we have open the UL tag, we have closed the UL tag, and here we have used this for loop to iterate these numbers. We need to add these numbers into the param. So at the rate param, like numbers, list of string, and here we need to define the numbers. Okay, and we need to also import that list over here at the rate import java.util.list. So after that, if we save this one, so it will print the data over there. Okay, so let me open the browser, let me refresh it. Okay, we are getting some exception. We need to see that what are the exception we have get over here. Index dot missing n4. Okay, we need to define the n4 actually over here. So here actually that is a Java syntax, but here for this for it will be a n4 For JTE actually it's a N4. Okay, so here we have opened this for loop, here we are ending the for loop. Okay, so this is the syntax for this one. Now we need to again go to the browser. Okay, again it's okay, unclose tag string. So now it should work fine. So what I did, basically I did some kind of the cleanup activities like Maven cleanup and all those things, and after that it's basically started working in the browser. So if we go to the browser, so if you see that this is the text is coming, this is the first name, last name, and the list. This list actually number we have added in a list, and this particular data we have added in a HTML file like UI, eval, and the li. Similar this one, and those are display in a li manner. So this is kind of very simple thing, that how we are going to add these messages, this list of numbers, and then the user like kind of structure details, all those things how we are going to add into the like in a JTE file, means data we can bind into the JTE file that we can shown over here. Now that's all actually about this Java template engine. It's having some benefits other than this, some template, like we are already having the popular template, that Thymeleaf. So what is the difference or the advantage of this JTE? It's having the performance wise is JTE actually compilation to the bytecode can lead to better performance, especially in high traffic application. Simple syntax, if you've seen over here, these are the very simple syntax to learn. Is the learning curve is very small, we can easily learn this JTE, right? The compile time checking, it's catching the exception, or maybe if is there any error in the compile time, so that we can avoid the more issues in the runtime. Hot reloading, if you see that we have whatever the changes we have done, those changes are reflected on the runtime, means without restarting the application. So these are the benefit of this one. So JTE, this brings a fresh approach to templating in the Spring Boot ecosystem. It performs benefits, it's a user-friendly syntax and all those things. We can seamlessly integrations, and with the Java features make it attractive options, right? So that's all actually about this Java template engine. If you guys have anything, please do let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. I will add this code into the GitHub section. Thanks for your time. See you in my next videos. Bye bye.